get to the point here. No, man.
Personal use.
All right, here we go.
Where did my water go?
I'm thirsty.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, we had a whole start of God-fearing.
We're gonna start over. Today we're gonna talk about God-fearing relationships and what that means. Because I want one. I want a God-fearing relationship because I feel like it takes two people to have. In our first outtake, Sarah mentioned that I don't like authority or structure or anything like that, but that's not true. I feel like two people should be able to make decisions together. And if you don't have a relationship that can go back and forth like that, and somebody is trying to, like, if my partner comes up with, okay, this is this and this and that, then I will say, okay, that's fine. Like, if he is dead set on this is the answer, then I totally follow. It's not like I'm not submissive. I just know that I have a lot of questions. Like,
and true leadership isn't a dictatorship.
Right.
It's like, hey, honey, I really feel strongly about this. And sometimes, like, it sounds weird, but like a man is built that way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of stronger willed. And like in my experience, they look for the safety of their family.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was going on.
No, you're fine. Please
But
interject. She knows more about religion than I do.
I wouldn't say that. I would say I've had different experiences.
Yeah. My experiences with God, I am just now coming into my faith. I've been curious my whole life, but circumstances has not led me to God as much as it is right now. And so I feel like us talking about that, she comes from a very faith background and I do not. So I feel like my journey with God, I know who God is. I have a relationship with God. I've accepted him into my life, and I seek him out more now than I have ever done in my entire life. And I think that's because I'm finally ready to stop. I need somebody else to take over, you know?
Yeah, and kind of speaking on that, like, everybody has that breaking point that I've come across that has turned to God, that moment that, like, I can't do this by myself. I can't do this alone. Like, I can't make these decisions by myself. Mm-hmm. Like, I need your divine intervention.
It's not that I can't. I can make decisions by myself. I want his help. I really do. Like, because what he's done in people's lives that I've seen, changing their life for the better, changing your relationship, I'm getting assaulted.
I think a bee is out.
Yeah, he was.
Give him some apple juice.
Let me get the bee apple juice. That's why we can't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's just gonna,
Pour one out for my homies. Here, buddy.
You are not allergic to bees, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because I don't think either of us brought Benadryl.
I was trying to give him some apple juice, but he's not taking it. Here.
Well, he's more curious about your hair. That is a straight up bumblebee. Or a honeybee. Is that a honeybee? What kind of bee is that?
I don't know. He's moving. I can't see him.
But the bee, like, it's a good sign. I mean, spring's here.
He tried. He hovered.
He smells it.
go.
We'll find out.
All right. Anyway, squirrel. That was a major squirrel. Hi, B. Okay, I see you.
We're gonna try to do this unedited, like you guys are getting
The raw.
Like, I think we're just gonna send it.
Okay. So anyway, I think I can make decisions on my own. I've throughout my life, I've always, sought out the guidance of God and tried to do things within that. But I am not like praise Jesus type thing. And for some reason, after this last breakup, I have been like, there are songs that awaken this, like, I don't know, part of me that I've never been before. Like that song that I tried to show you. Like, I want to praise Jesus to that song, and it's a love song. Like, I just want to be like in it and immerse myself in it. And she said that music was created for God, to worship God.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, anyway, but I want somebody to speak life into everything and be, can I just take your hand and follow you? Like, that's where I'm at this point. And I think Sarah's had a relationship where she's had both sides of that spectrum.
Yeah.
She can share on that because I have no idea.
From the same man?
Yeah, from the same man. She's had both the God-fearing and the sinning.
Yeah, the
selfish.
Yeah, he was an alcoholic. Very anger driven. And it took a very hard hit to our relationship to pretty much halt us. Like, I left the house, went to her. I was dead set on leaving, and during that separation, like, I realized I wanted him. And when I came back, he was completely different. He had broken enough to seek God for help. And like, we decided when we got back together, we would dedicate our marriage to God and do things that God tells us to do in blind faith. Am I trying to ignore the dogs over there?
It's the Discovery Channel over there. We're humping the air.
But, like, you said something and it kind of formed a question in my head. So, at what point did you decide, like, what was your point that you were just going to say, okay, God, help me with these decisions?
Last night.
Last night?
Mm-hmm. Last night. Like, I've been talking to God for the past, since December.
Mm-hmm.
Since my relationship ended with who I thought I was going to marry. I wanted to marry the God-fearing man that he was.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't turn out that way. He turned back to his selfish ways, and I couldn't do it anymore. I don't want that. And we're not married. We were just in a relationship. And so when that ended, I kind of just like shelved it, I guess. And because I prayed to God the Sunday before I found what happened. Mm-hmm. I cried at work, and I just asked God, I need you to tell me if this man is do I need to fix him in order for us to work? Do I need to take him out of my life? Where am I going? And I feel like God showed up and he said, I know the only thing that's going to make you leave him. And it happened. Mm-hmm. And so when he left, I was just kind of really numb about everything. I didn't cry about it. I I was kind of relieved, and I think that's the trauma that happens. And so these past couple of months, I've been not asking God to like seeking him out, but I do talk to him. But I wake up every day and I'm like, thank you, God, for waking me up another day and providing the things that you do for me. And I'm blessed with my job, and I'm blessed with my home, and my son is safe and kept and healing from his trauma from his brother and his father. So it's like and it makes me happy that he has those Bible verses on his phone, so I'm just like, I feel like we're both, my son and I are both kind of turning that way, because I've told my son, like, I'm never going to force you to believe in something. I want him to figure it out. I want him to seek it out, because then it's something that really matters to you instead of being shoved down your throat. Yeah, so I feel like we're both kind of turning there. But then last night, I have been dodging weenies, okay, in the dating scene, and there's some people I'll give my time to, and there's some people that I don't care to entertain. And can you lay down? And so there's this one person that I'm talking to, and he like breathes life into every conversation that we have. And he said some things last night that I was just like, I don't know. So I turned to God about it, and I cried last night over the death of my relationship with my ex. And I wouldn't say I'm bitter about it, but the guy did say, God gives you things in order for you to be better for the person he has for you.
I wholeheartedly believe that.
And the things that you had to experience are going to give you those tools to make sure that you are enough for that other person that he has for you. And that like really stuck with me. So yeah, last night I did turn and I said, God, I need you in this moment. I need you to guide me. I need you to tell me what I'm doing. And so when I got with Sara today, I was like, guess what? I have to tell you something. Like, I was so excited about it. Like the little kid with the picture. Because I do have faith. I don't talk about it a lot, especially with Sara. And I feel like that's where our kind of differences come into play. Because she's very like open with God and speaking about it. I don't know enough of the Bible, like I can't quote verses like she can, but
I can't really quote them. Like I remember reading them and saying, well, it's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I was at that point you are.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I just want it,
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of suffering. I need help, I'm tired of being miserable. My whole life has been misery.
Yeah. Praying's a good start.
And I cry every time I pray. I don't know if that's a thing or not.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so emotional.
I have sobbed like ugly cry.
Oh, I feel so much better now. I feel so ridiculous though, but I'm just like, talking to the air. And I just have this sense come over me, and I start out real strong, and then it's like,
like, and it's hard to describe it. You kind of feel God doing the like,
yeah,
I have you.
But I did last night. I did kind of mourn the death of my last relationship last night. It was kind of nice, and with what this person I'm talking to said, it was kind of like, okay, I see it. I get it. Who I thought. I guess my lesson is that I can love somebody. I can let my guard down with the wrong person, and what am I going to do for the right one? Yeah. So.
And when you feel that reciprocation, like that undying loyalty that you give.
Yeah. It was powerful shit last night, Sara. powerful. I just feel different today. I don't know, like,
It happens like that. Like sometimes, like things can be so heavy, and then when, like for me, when I pray and just, I feel like that's what happened to you. It was like you just kind of let God handle it, and it's like okay, and then He puts it in His backpack, and now you don't have that weight.
I don't. It's crazy. Like, I woke up this morning in a good mood, and like ready to start the day, ready to go. Like, I was excited about our talk, our walk and talk. Yeah, like,
Me too.
powerful shit. But with a God-fearing man, I really feel like my house would be happy.
And you don't feel that, like, yes, I see them spider crawling away. Like, you don't feel that darkness.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm going to open up the windows today and pray over my house now that it's spring.
Yeah.
Open it all up and pray and just be like,
Clear the air.
clear all that bad juju. Bad juju. Anyway, but you have a God-fearing man now.
I do.
And I really, like, I make jokes about it, that it's like, well, you know, but like, I want that stupid stuff.
Like, he will ride into battle for me.
Like, she just talks about rabbits, and he made her this whole big ass rabbitat. Like, just talking about it, he's like, yes, I will do that for you, honey. And like, he nailed it. I mean, there were some problems, but like, that was not y'all's fault.
Yeah, that's something that he can help. But like, the fact that he wanted to do that. Like,
Yeah.
And now I have to be careful with what I say I want, because then he'll try to break his back for it.
Well, last year, Matt came to me and he said, for Sarah's birthday, he said, I want to do something for her. And I said, Matt, why don't we make her a farm stand? He's like, I love that. So he picked me up and we went to Lowe's and picked everything out. And we spent, a lot of time.
Wasn't it like 2 months or something?
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to go in the garage.
No, she wasn't. And I spent more time with Matt than I did with you. And actually, Matt and I really get along really good. Like, we work really well together. And I never would have thought that, because I knew the other Matt before. And so I was real like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to, endure this. But I went in with an open heart, and Tank! Oh, he's right there. And, yeah, like, we nailed it. Literally.
Yeah, that was
and it came out amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, we still need a roof on it, but
like
this year it's going out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going out. I have faith that it's going to get filled this year.
Yeah, and he was excited, and he was like, it was good to see that side of Matt.
Like, you can speak on the old Matt too a little bit, even though like we are going to have him in, but
Yeah.
I think that's going to be more geared towards our relationship than.
Yeah. Well, I've told Matt before, like when we were building her farm stand, it was, we worked really well together. We spoke really well to each other on, we understood what each other was saying. We didn't really have a whole lot of depth in that, but I really feel like there was a bridge that we built to each other. Because seeing the old Matt, and knowing the old Matt, like, I'm very love people where they're at. And like, Sarah's my best friend. So my biggest deal is, if you love that man, I'm going to have to love him too. Because I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, you should leave him. Oh, you should, I've never spoke words like that over somebody's relationship.
Yeah.
I've always asked them, are you going to leave them? Are you okay? Those things like that. And, when Sarah made her decision, she did go to her parents' house and she did speak to me. And I said, well, if that's what you're going to do, then I back you up. And I'll help you in any way I can.
She was very leery for a minute.
I was mama bear.
You were.
I was a
But
mama
you
bear.
also, like, seen the broken side of me.
Yeah, and so seeing the God-fearing part of Matt, like, it's amazing to kind of, because that's the man that you met. I wouldn't say, like, God-fearing, but, like, the better side of him. And I feel like people do have that darkness and light in them, and what path you choose is kind of where you're at.
Yeah, and
So you can flip it to the other side, either way.
and sometimes you don't realize you're in your own darkness until someone brings light to it and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, you're not doing right. Like,
Yeah, Sarah put on full stop. E-brake, eject.
well, he was also very stubborn. So, like, I kept saying stuff, like, giving him hints, like, you know, maybe we need to take a step back, and then he didn't accept it, and so something happened, and I left, and I prayed hard. I said, God, like she did, like, God, give me a sign. You know, like, I need your intervention, because this isn't working. We are both miserable. I seen it, he's seen it a little bit, and so God did. He intervened. Like, sometimes you just gotta let him, but it doesn't always work out that way.
It doesn't.
And sometimes you're
But
with the wrong person.
But Matt sought out God, and he is like, it's a, like I keep saying, it's amazing. It is like
Like, it's hard to explain it.
a million 360s and then a 180. Like, completely changed this man into somebody that you want to be around. You know, like he's very genuine and loving and caring, and like Matt gave me hugs before back in his darkness, and now they're filled with like love and compassion and like genuinely.
Yeah, like, and I don't care what conversation she calls, he's like, we gotta answer it.
Yeah.
like
they have a secret ringtone. I think it's the loudest one that's on there, because I'm the emergency, not the emergency contact.
yeah.
I'm really not, though, but I do have a lot of emotions going on and a lot of self-reflection. So I have a lot going on.
Yeah, and what was it? My ADHD just went and all messed me up, but yeah, like, when you see that, when you're in the darkness, and like when you're the spouse of the person that's in the darkness, like, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of maybe traumatic moments, a whole lot of processing, you know, a whole lot of like self-confidence. Like, you lose it, because like, I remember specifically, like, something about a conversation, for example. I remember it a certain way, and like, he was convinced it was some way else, and then like I got to the point where I was questioning everything, and I didn't know what my favorite color was, my favorite food. I always asked him to make the decision for me, and now I can make that decision, and he's like, yeah, okay, honey. Like, it's a completely different relationship with the same person.
Well, I had with my ex, it was we started out really God-fearing and had God in our relationship, and then he turned into he turned to substance abuse, and then we dabbled back and forth for 2 years now, and he kept going back and going back and going back, and I tried to breathe life into him, and it completely changed who I was. Like, I called her in when he left for something, I can't remember what it was, but I called her and I was like, Sarah, I'm miserable. I was crying on the phone, like, I don't know what to do. And I think a couple weeks later is when I asked God what to do, and he answered. So I feel like each one can take a turn. She's married, so that covenant of, you know, like, but she was on the verge of divorce, you know, and that's scary too, because we've both been divorced before. So then you feel like a failure as a wife, you know.
Yeah.
Because my marriage failed because tragedy struck my household, and our relationship could not recover. There was no recovering from that, from the grief, because grief changes people.
Yeah.
And it changed an already bitter man into an even bitter shell.
Yeah, and you can't breathe life into somebody or bring light to them if their windows are shut.
Yeah. And locked and boarded, like the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in wanting a God-fearing man, I'm gonna wait, you know, and if they don't pursue me as this guy is doing, like, I don't know. I did turn to God and say, like, please, if this isn't for me, like, because I think I'm gonna choose that path. So if it's not for me, I need you to tell me real freaking quick, because I'm kind of steering that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, he brings God into every conversation, and like, and then he asked me the other day, he's like, if you haven't, you know, if you want to talk about the faith part, like, I will totally sit down and talk with you. Like, yes. You want your lunch packed? Like,
yeah, you have an awesome story too. You know, like, it's kind of dark, but I feel like it's very relatable because it happens to a lot of people.
It does.
So
it does. But I think on the next episode, I think we're gonna bring Matt in on Monday.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they need to hear that story since we've hinted at it twice now. So I think it's time.
Yeah.
To have you two sit down and let it out.
If we can stay on topic.
Oh, you're gonna stay on topic and be out there like with a post-it or a poster board?
No, you're guiding the questions.
This topic.
Because if not, we won't share everything that happened right. It needs to be right how we share it. Because we can surface, but we need to go deeper.
Yeah. I really do think Matt and Sarah need to share their story on here. And if Matt's not ready, that's fine. We are kind of waiting for Matt, but I think Sarah's ready to get it out there. I think that testimony is beautiful. That's how I describe it. Anytime, like, her dad is my big boss, and I go in there all the time, and he asks me questions. I'm like, it's like complete beautiful story that happened. And I mean, even your dad in the situation was like,
yeah, my dad helped him because he had no one else.
Kind of took him and said, you know, brother, I got you. And like, I don't know, there was a whole lot, like, so I wouldn't say we kind of dated, but it's Matt's friend, and we were on the phone with each other, like, we hadn't talked in years. And I was like, when they separated, and it was like, you know, we had to cross-examine each other's notes on the situation. And then there's one night that came along, and she's like, I'm going on a date. And I said, with who? And she said, Matt. And I'm like, as soon as she left, I was on the phone.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? And he's like, she's not your child. Yes, she is. Like, she's not ready.
Did you hear the echo?
Yeah. Yeah. She's not ready. And he's like, no. He's like, Kalin, you have to let it be, and she'll figure it out, and he'll figure it out. And I was like, I just need to, like, be here with you for a moment. And we kind of sat on the phone with each other. But yeah, it was comical for me and the guy that I dated. I broke his heart, but like,
nonchalant.
We're still friends. Like, we still send TikToks and messages or whatever, like, hey, how you doing? But like, I don't know. We kind of got closer in a mom and dad sense, almost, is what it felt like. Like, he had the male version and I had the female version of each story. And we kind of we parallel. Give me a minute.
Parallel. Yeah.
Right, but how do you say that? We guided them in a parallel that ultimately led them back together. Not that we had any part of it, but like as like advice that we were giving or stuff like that. Like,
I think you guys knew that we weren't done before we did, or before I did.
yeah, we talked about it.
Like, Matt knew the whole time he wasn't giving up.
Oh yeah, he was dead set on that too. Like, she was bothering him he was bothering her with all these messages, and she blocked him. She went straight savage, no contact. She was freaking serious. And she finally told him, and he said, I'll be waiting for you at home. And I think that's what changed your...
Yeah, like, and I sat on that for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And that's where God intervened, and that's why I don't question what God has in store for me anymore, because
I got goosebumps when you said that.
the message, or the life that he had designed for us was so much better than we could have asked for. And like, as soon as we turned our marriage, like, we were living a life of struggle. Like, everything was a struggle.
And now you have abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have way more than what we can ask for. Like, and this is gonna go longer than what you want.
It's okay.
Like, when I thought, about Seated in Salvation, I told Matt, I said, I think God's trying to tell me to make my garden into something more for us, or more than for us. And we went to some garden store. I don't remember the name of it, but they were getting ready to get rid of a bunch of old seeds because they had expired and they couldn't sell them. And I got like an abundance amount of seeds for free.
To start this whole journey. Yeah.
And that was a confirmation that I'm on the right track. And then I tried to veer off, and that tanked.
And your garden died, and...
Yeah, and the best advice I was given was the best medicine for the garden is the gardener. So...
And she's happy now, and she's not hurting anymore, and physically, I guess, because she...
Yeah, I'm out here walking. I couldn't have done that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does line dancing with me on Mondays, and sometimes. I didn't go yesterday because I needed some me time. I had a lot of heavy stuff going on with my brain yesterday. And, yeah, so I had to, I think...
Yeah, I want to say something to them, though.
Okay.
Like, if you're stuck and you feel stuck, just hold on just a little bit longer, because I promise if you hang in there and you just do some self-reflecting and you let God in a little bit, your whole life can change. And, not so much the people. Like,
sometimes the people change.
Well, I mean, like, the people, yeah, like that.
And sometimes it's not what you want. When you ask God to come in, it's not what you want at all. Sometimes God will take people out of your life.
For the good, though.
For the good, though. Like, he took my ex out of my life that instant. Like,
and my ex, too.
And your ex. And, like, man.
Yeah, like, and you look at his life now, that's great.
Right. But, like, taking my ex out of my life, and now, like, the weight was lifted, that heaviness of, like, because I felt used and abused, and I don't feel that anymore. And that's not what I wanted, because I wholeheartedly loved that man. I was in love with that man. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted him to be better for me, be better for him. I wanted it so bad, and it was out. It ain't for you, it's out. You asked me, here it is. So sometimes, and that could be the scary part for people, asking God to come in and help. And this isn't one of those, like, I don't want talks like this to be like, on a godly path, because some people just aren't in their life. But like, but I'm telling you, like, if you let it work, and not God, you could just, in the open, just, can I please get a break, just something.
Yeah, and like, sometimes it's self-reflection too. Like, if you just go on the path that you're designed for.
Yep. And just be like,
you're a prime example of that. Like, you just went on the path you were designed for. Like, you had your boundaries set. And you're out of it.
Yeah, Sarah's not a fan. But Sarah's one of those people that love you where you're at too.
No, I do care for the dude. I do care about him.
He's a great guy. He just keeps choosing
great
darkness.
guy in the distance. He needs to open up his window. Is what he needs to do.
He needs to open up his window and like what my mom said. She said, Kalin, he's not ready. He's not ready, and unfortunately for you, that means you can't have the man that you fell in love with. Which okay, but like, so I gave it to God, and God gave me an answer, and I wasn't happy with it, but I'm happy.
About freaking time. No,
I'm happy now. Like I have a newness for life.
Took a big old dose of dopamine last night.
Sure. I think it was the Red Bull I drank this morning.
No.
But yeah, just if you are on a path of like you said, just stuck, I would just
find you a friend that, like, if you have a best friend, just sometimes just be their lifesaver. No matter how many times it takes.
And now listen, there are friends out there. Being a woman, you have to find those friends that are not gonna stab you in the back. There's a lot of women out there that will be nice to your face and turn around and tell all your alls, and then try to pull the rug out from underneath you while you're telling them you like giving it to them.
Yeah.
Like Sara, man, I think God knew that we needed. Because where would I have ever been a bus driver back in the day, Who? I'm doing what?
Yeah, and you were there in some very, very rough times. Very rough times.
And so are you.
Yeah. So like, we had each other to cling on to each other.
Yeah, we met each other in our husbands, because I was married at the time, our husband's darkness. We were we were the light for each other in that situation. And back then we really didn't open up. I just think us being for each other was more than enough. And now we're just like, whoa, take my pain, help me.
Yeah, for real. Like, hold on to this for me, because like I can't handle it right now.
Yeah, guide me, help me as a friend. Yeah, it's our friendship is a great story. And then there's some friendships out there that just end because you.
Aw, you think you're sweet. I would not move very, very quickly. I don't want to swat at it. Should I swat at it?
I just don't want to go at my nose.
It's going to your hair. What? Yeah, my hair stinks. Have fun.
Yeah, I washed my ass last night, so. Okay, guys. Well, I think this is the way. I think it went really good.
Yeah, like the one-time deal.
So I wanted to show you guys the scenery that we got today.
While it's on
our hike. Yeah, look at this. We got our doggies out here. There's Kimber and Hank, and we kind of sat down and gave our story. So have a good day. Bye.